Marketing Espionage, Bootleg in the era of grain prohibition. In 2030, global regulations and trends brought cultivated meat into the mainstream. Some called it humanity's escape from carb addiction, while others cynically dubbed it a second prohibition. This grain prohibition also sparked bootlegging. Now, it thrived on secret deals between companies and consumers. In Marketing Espionage, we examine how this movement began and what sped it along. Chapter 1: The Survivor Doctor. A research space station orbiting Earth collided with an asteroid, killing dozens. 1 year later, a recovery team found Dr. Mayhan Rock alive in the station's wreckage. Locked in with a cell culture unit, he survived by cultivating tissue from his finger and eating mostly meat for about a year.
Is it delicious? No, but it was edible.
This statement later turned into a meme, reportedly embarrassing Dr. Rock. However, he overcame his discomfort after signing a lifetime marketing deal with No One's Meat. No One's Meat first promoted the beauty benefits of a self-cultivated diet, but public unease and Dr. Rock's weight rebound doomed that strategy. Yet, a small spark of social activism emerged from this failure. Chapter 2: The Snake Bites Its Tail. The Ouroboros, symbolizing wholeness, is a snake that devours its own tail. Ouroboros activists claimed humans should mimic this snake, eating only themselves from birth to death, harming no other life. The movement spread through universities, inspiring No One's Meat to launch a bold ethical ad campaign.
No one's meat isn't anyone else's. Actually, it's yours.
Many celebrities showed off self-cultivated meat subscriptions. And one religious leader's comment went viral.
If eating your own flesh is a sin, my brother Philip, who always bit his nails, must be in hell, right?
Soon, self-cultivated meat dominated the food scene. But Ouroboros activists didn't stop there. They insisted humanity should finally abandon grains, which had ruled diets for millennia. They accused grain producers of dumping hundreds of millions of tons each year and profiting from forced inflation. This small dietary movement evolved into a major ethical awakening. Eventually, the WHO classified grains as a restricted substance, triggering a new prohibition. Chapter 3: The Grain Prohibition Act. Stopping billions of tons of grain production overnight was never easy. To stay afloat, grain companies pivoted to bioplastics and other new materials. Many R&D firms delivered breakthroughs with heavy funding from grain corporations, and strict eco-rules encouraged widespread use of grain-derived products. After BNF supplied corn-based assault rifles, a photo of soldiers sniffing their gun barrels became a Pulitzer Prize nominee. Glow Paper, once a pulp mill, produced rice bran paper for best-selling books reprinted on this new material. All of this was possible due to tight oversight. Grain once dumped into the ocean by the millions of tons now went straight to factories. Keeping supply high drastically cut costs. People grew used to life without bread or alcohol. Traffic accidents and suicide rates fell by more than half, and obesity-related illnesses dropped sharply. Under grain prohibition, the world seemed more peaceful. Chapter 4: Steak and Patty. SCD-470 from Tailbite was a meat culturing device that adjusted fat ratios to each user. Sky-high demand forced it off the market. Its successor, SCD-770, was priced even higher, and used SCD-470 units became vintage collectibles. Just as wheat or rice once varied by household, dinner scenes changed drastically with cultivated meat. Some enjoyed steak or tartare with high-end gear. while others chewed patties and sausages all week. The fact that lower-end devices mostly produced processed meats had a major impact on later history. Even in the new food culture, people just couldn't resist the urge to tuck these into something. A shared memory persisted. Chapter 5. Bootleg. Grape bricks were sold by grape farmers in the 1920s America during Prohibition.
Dissolve 1 brick in 1 gallon of water. You'll get a non-fermented, alcohol-free punch. Do not add yeast or raisins of any kind. If you do, fermentation will begin.
This fermentation specifically refers to wine. The first known bootleg product of the grain prohibition era was reportedly a straw. Called the party straw, this translucent wheat bran straw eased partygoers' guilt through its biodegradability. One lazy hose left them soaking in a sink, and after a few hours, they resembled cannelloni pasta. A ragu pasta recipe using these soft straws and cultivated mincemeat spread quickly. Around that time, a packaging update embossed only P, A, S, T, and A, an open secret among buyers. Magical house tile is an interior-exterior tile made from spent malt. Consumer data showed a surge in bulk tile purchases by people who never installed them. These buyers reportedly removed the coating and used the raw material as a fermentation starter. A label warning about coating removal was added later, and the product was renamed Witch's House Tile, referencing the candy house from Hansel and Gretel. Recently, book purchases have risen, with ads hinting at food. Some researchers suspect rice bran paper books are being eaten, marking a new marketing espionage trend. Investigators now check if these books stay on shelves or if they're sold again as another bootleg product.